Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. This defense so strong all afternoon long. Well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Now Fitzpatrick on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, on 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are.
40, set, wait, 20. Check, 43. Let's go.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
No, check that. We want Mike 52.
And it's Michelle once again. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Wait, set, 29. Alpha.
The Patriots in the victory formation as they'll take the knee. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Alabama, 380.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but... And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. One last shot now for Fitzpatrick. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the New England Patriots. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Check out. Ready. Watch the run.
Here's the second-year back out of NC State, Naheem Hines. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable. You know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. It's caught by Funchess. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. Luck now to throw. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Oh, he breaks another. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in, touchdown, New England. James White. 36 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now Steven Gostkowski on for the extra point. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
So they went for two and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston, then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Luck gives this one off to Mack. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with 2nd and just 2 yards to go. And we look now at the offense for Indianapolis.
Brian Kelly's a great example of how valuable centers have become in the NFL. A former first-round pick, he was plugged in immediately to be a starter to handle big nose tackles as well as blitzing linebackers, and also able to move and get out into the run game and get to the 2nd and 3rd level and deliver blocks.
They get it to Funchess on the jet sweep. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, they had that one snipped out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here's Luck. That'll be caught by Rodgers. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
out. 622.
On 1st and 10, Locke over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Double tight, guy. Double tight.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Locke. He's got Jack Doyle. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Back deep for New England, Julian Edelman. And I don't think Edelman will be able to get to this one. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game, offense.
So offense moving a little too slow there, could not get set, and they get the penalty. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game, offense.
Not enough sense of urgency there. Play clock hits 0, 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, I like your point there. Not enough sense of urgency. People walking up to the line of scrimmage, you've got to get up there and get set and be ready to go.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
It's been a long day for you. Hey, 66.
They'll run it. This is Michelle. It'll be a 20-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. For a running back, that's kind of depressing, right? You get all that yardage, but still no first down.
Well, it was a mile, maybe a mile and a half to the first down mark.
Yeah.
So he did all he could to get there. A little disappointing at the end, but boy, they gave it a great effort, didn't they? Got to give him a little respect for that, don't you?
And he really helped his yards per carry average, that's for sure.
Yeah, quietly, he'll take that.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's White. Anthony Walker, the other Colts linebacker with over 100 tackles a year ago, making the play there. On 2nd down, Michelle. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down to the 19-yard line. But he will finally be taken down, but not before he gets it to the Colts' 19-yard line. Great run there, but it looked like they were going to have it for the stop. He was able to push through. They didn't wrap up defensively.
No, they didn't. All credit to the runner for making it happen, breaking through some contact and going a long way. But the defensive guys, when they watch this on tape, they're not going to be real happy with themselves. They had a great opportunity that they let slip through their hands.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Michelle. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Well, they ran the toss, trusting he had the speed to get to the edge, and he did.
And there really wasn't any doubt about that because the scouting report told you that this guy could flat out run. When you give him a little bit of space and a chance to get there, he usually does.
Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. And this is up. It's through. It extends their first quarter lead to 13-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And the kicker commits the kicker's cardinal sin. He kicks it out of bounds. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.